Well, good morning YouTube, Lofty's here. Vloggage time again. The old Himmy. I'm going to take the Himmy out. I'm going to put the bird on the back. We're going to do a bit of a ride. I'll tell you all about it. Bit of chattage as well. We're going to talk about the NEC, maybe Aoocci first. Talk about the new bikes we might be riding. So if you're interested in a bit of vloggage, you stick around. Oh, good morning YouTube. Here we are. Lofty's back out. Anyway, bit of vloggage action. Talking nonsense. We're going up the north coast. I'm out on the Himmy again. Have a look. Look who's with me. I got the bird on the back. Himalayan 2 up. How about that? Can't fault it, can you? I've got to say, it goes better than I thought. I went out for a nice long ride on my own yesterday with Aoocci. Had a cracking raz down to Land's End. Really enjoyed it. I'm starting to gel with the bike. One of the first things that really comes home to me is that I do like the suspension, you know. This is a budget bike. And I ain't joking, the suspension's better than budget. It's better than cheap Honda, and it's definitely better than cheap Kawasaki. So, well done, Enfield. I'm over the moon with the suspension. It's really good. But just nip past. See, that ain't bad, is it? 2 up. Okay, I caught him when he was kipping. He was fast asleep, but we got past nice and easy. And this, here we are now on the north coast. This surface is not the best, but there's 21-inch front wheel and a fairly flat shock on the back. Here we go. Look at this. It rides the bumps so well. It's a really comfortable suspension. I've not messed with the preload. I've left it alone. I thought I'll try it. I don't want to really touch nothing. And I'm really pleased. It's good. So the bird's on the back. Well, you know what they're like. Well, you can't say that no more, can you? Anyway, so I got the bird on the back. Oh, he just smacked me on the head. I got the bird on the back. So I said, jump on, knowing full well that it's a 450 little single, and we're normally out on an NT 1100, which is a bespoke tuner as such. Anyway, I said, what do you think? She sat on the seat. She said, seat's a bit hard. I said, don't worry about it. I said, it's not always a bad thing, a hard seat. I said, especially on a longer journey, I said, they tend to be more comfortable than soft, squidgy ones. Anyway, I said, don't worry. We haven't had a drink this morning. We'll nip down to Starbucks and have a cup of coffee and just give you like the first impression feel of it. So we nipped up the A30. It shot up to 60, no trouble whatsoever. I was really pleased. And when we got there, I said, well, what do you think? She said, well, it's quite comfortable, isn't it? I did smile. She said, I can't see what you're doing. There's no, on the Honda, it's a bit higher at the back, and she could see over my shoulder what we're doing. And she said, I can't really see what you're doing. She said, which ain't a bad thing. I laughed. And she said, I'm getting used to the seat and the foot peg. So that's all good stuff. I think he's going to do something here, but he doesn't know what. Oh, he's decided. Eventually, I'll put the indicators on. So as I say, she said the foot pegs was a bit high at first, but she seems okay on it. Anyway, I was on the back. We got the intercoms working so we can chat. But I just thought I'd come this way because it's a good road. It's a bit of a test. These are your typical Cornish roads. They're all right, B roads. There's no grass. We ain't got to worry about grass. Anyway, so what I'll do is I'm going to have a bit of a chat about what's coming up. As you know, at the moment, we've got the Aoocci Festival on. The motorbike show, the big one, EIMCA, over in Milan. It's generally where the major manufacturers launch their new models. Now, there's not a vast amount of new stuff this year, so if you go at the NEC, I'm hoping that the models I'll talk about in a minute will all be on show at the NEC. So the first brand I'm going to talk about, I'm going to do them in more or less sort of like a bit of an alphabetical order, is BST. A. Okay, it's Mahindra, and they're made in India, but it don't matter, does it? So I'll give you a bit of a talk now about over to BSA. Okay, here we are in the sunshine. First on the list, what was it? BSA. BSA, Mahindra Group. Funny one, this. Okay, they made the Gold Star 650 super bike. Well, they've had a few problems. They brought out a couple more models. Now they're models. They bought this little Bantam out, which really is a Jawa rebadged. So they've also stuck the same engine, which is like a 330cc. They call it a 350, it's a 330cc. They've stuck it in a Thunderbolt. They're using the names, of course, that's what they've done. So they're not strictly BSAs, same as Royal Enfields ain't really Royal Enfield UK. But Royal Enfield have always made bikes in India, whereas Mahindra have never made BSAs. It looks okay. It's like a scrambler type affair. It's got a 334, 350cc, whatever you want to call it. It's about 25 brake. Interesting. Quite looking forward to riding one. So I hope you enjoyed that. The next one. BMW, the Bavarians. Well, they're not really Bavarians, are they? They're from Berlin. Yeah, we've got an overtake, we better take it. That's 2 up. Rest, well, 5,500 revs up to 60. No problem at all. Absolute cinch. So, BMW, they've not got much this year, have they? Anyway, let's have a bit of a chat about BMW. Okay, BMW. There's not much. They've basically uprated everything to Euro 5 plus, but they've got a brand new model, the one we saw last year. Everybody's looking forward to riding this one. It's going to be called the 450 GS. At the show last year, the demo model they had looked great. They've altered a few little bits and pieces, but it's at the show and it's ready to ride. They'll be coming into the country February time, I believe. They're going to start at about £6,999. They're going to go up to nearly 7 with all the extras on. Eagerly anticipating. Looks good. Right, the next one. Chinese. CF Moto. Oh, the big Chinese brand. I say the big, they're not the biggest. There are bigger Chinese brands, but CF Moto, they're massive in the States with these quads, off-road vehicles and whatever. And they've got a few models, but let's go over to CF Moto. CF Moto, the Chinese. Well, there's main thing this year is they're upgrading it to a Thou. It's called the MTX Thou. It's basically the 990 engine. Looks fabulous. If they've got the fueling sorted, this could be mega. Looking forward to riding that. The MTX Thou. Right, next on the list, Ducati. Hey, how about that? The good news is my old pal Tim Rupp, who put diesel in his Ducati for the second time, he's got it all sorted and it's working. So well done, Tim. Try not to put diesel in again. Anyway, Ducati. Okay. Team Red. Ducati. Not much on the Ducati stand. Main thing is they're actually using the V2 engine, this new 950 lump. They're sticking it in a new Desert X. Now, this could be good. If they get the price right, this could be the one. Because the bigger model, it's expensive and probably got too much poke. I think the 950 could hit the nail on the head. The Desert X. Next on the list, Royal Enfield. Or Enfield, as we probably call them now. Enfield, Royal Enfield. They've got a couple of new models. I'll talk about them in a minute. But they've like a facelift Himalayan. It's called the Hanle Black. It's in rally trim. Rally seat, rally trim, matte black paint, everything. I look forward to riding it. But we've got the Bullet, the Royal Enfield Bullet 650. Yeah, the Bullet's making a return this year. They're using the venerable 650 engine and they've stuck it in a Bullet. Yeah, it'd be nice. I'm looking forward to riding it. They've got a couple of 750s on show. Continental GT. I believe the first 750 will probably be a Continental GT. And they've also got the 750 Himalayan. They're not coming this year, I believe. We've got to wait another year. But they have got the electric bikes, the ones they showed us concepts last year. The Flying Flea. Looks fabulous. But they've also got an off-road version. It's called the Flying Flea S6 Enduro. Looks very nice. Impressive. It's Big H next. Honda. Well, how about Honda? They've been taking the fight to the rest of them with pricing. So what's Honda going to bring to the show this year? Okay, Big H next, Honda. Right, now then, one of the big things for this year is the E-clutch. The E-clutch is being rolled out not only on the 650 models, but the 500 models and the 750 models. At the moment, I believe it's going to be optional, but there is talk that it will come as a standard fitment across the range, so you can use the clutch if you want, or just not use the clutch at all if you don't, and you use a standard gear shift. I've tried it, it works, it's very effective. There you go, E-clutch. Next thing is they're using the 1000 Hornet base. Right, this looks fabulous. As you know, they showed us pictures of the CB1000F and the SE. They look beautiful. Proper retros, love them to bits. Can't wait to ride one. I think the styling is amazing. But this year, a new tourer. Okay, they've got the NT1100. This is a 4-cylinder. It's the Hornet. It's called the GT. The CB1000 GT. Brand new bike for this year. Looks fabulous. Comes with panniers, centre stand, heated grips, quick shifter, you name it, it's got the lot. It's going to be about 11 grand. Can't fault it. Excited to ride it. It's going to be in a lovely red. When we get to the show, I'll show you some pictures. Beautiful looking bike. They also showed the final or nearly final version of the V3R. Electronic turbo. The likes of Porsche have been using these for years. There's no lag. The electric motor spins the turbo up and gives you instant power. Now, this is something that I believe we will see next year. Exciting. Team Green next. Team Green, Kawasaki. Kawasaki have got a few new models this year. Well, a few facelifts and a few new ones. So, Kawasaki. Team Green, Kawasaki. The main thing is updated 900 RS. Looks nice. The stats look great, but the good news is a 400 RS. How good's that? A retro 400. Amazing. I'm chuffed to bits. I do hope it comes to the country. I hope it's at the show. It's one of the few bikes from Kawasaki I'm really looking forward to riding. The other one they've announced is the 500, a parallel twin KLE, an adventure bike. Similar to this type of style bike. It's going to have a twin cylinder, 500cc. I believe it's the engine from the Eliminator. Can't wait to ride that, looks good. And of course we got the new Ninja 1100, the naked bike. They've knocked it up to 1100cc. It's the same ones that we've got this year. It's a lovely unit, it goes well and it pulls like a steam train. It looks like they all look the same, don't they? It's a styling thing really. It's not my cup of tea, the Street Fighter look, but it does look good. Suzuki, that's the next one on the list. Suzuki, what have Suzuki got to offer? We know they brought out a rebadged GSX-8T recently, but what else have they got to offer? So Suzuki, I don't know, they seem to have lost the way for me. The 800cc engine's a beautiful engine. They've brought out a new model from it, as you've probably already seen. It's called the GSX 800T and the GSX 800 TT. Look fabulous. You're paying about an extra 1,500 quid for 2.5 litres of fuel. I don't know, very overpriced. We'll have a look at it at the show. We all thought the SV had gone, didn't we? Oh, God, yeah, the SV gone. No, they brought it back. New model. It's called the SV7 GX. Yep, it carries over the GX styling of the 1000 GX. It's more of a tall rounder than an adventure bike. Gotta say, it looks nice, and we all know the engine's good, but is it a new bike really? I don't know. But I'm excited to ride it. It's one of the ones from the Suzuki range I would like to ride. Big T next, Triumph. Most of the bikes now are made over in Thailand. They've got 5 factories. So what a Triumph bring into the show this year? Big T, Triumph, not much. Okay, they bought the 800 out last year. They've used the same lump. The Trident, they've bought it out in the Trident. Looks good, gotta say. I know the engine's good. I always found the Trident a bit dinky, a bit smaller than this, a lot shorter. So it'd be interesting to go up to Plymouth and ride it. So that's another one I'm looking forward to seeing, the Trident 800. There's not much else on Triumph. They've announced this thing about 26 different models. They're just facelifts and whatever. Extra bits on here, they're the same. And finally, the big boys, Yamaha. It's a brand I don't get to ride very often because we haven't actually got a Yamaha dealership in Cornwall. We have to go to Devon. Anyway, Yamaha. Finally, Yamaha. As I say, I don't get to ride many Yamahas, and I don't think I'm looking forward to seeing anything. I don't think they've got anything. Nothing at all. They've not brought a new model out. Nothing worth looking at. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed that bit of a chat about the major manufacturers who are going to be on show. Finally, I want to go back to China and just talk about a firm called Bender. I know everybody says it's a bit of an unfortunate name, but Bender. They've got 600cc V-twins, they've got triples, they've got twins, they've got singles. They've come out with something very, very different. This year, they're making a boxer twin. How about that? The Chinese are going to make a boxer twin. It's going to be a 250cc boxer twin. Seriously. It's also going to be a hybrid. They've got a EICMA. I don't know whether it'll come to the UK. I'm hoping they'll send it over, but I'm going to talk about it anyway. It's a 250cc horizontally opposed boxer twin with an electric motor. It's a hybrid. How amazing is that? These Chinese, you know, they're bang on the ball. Absolutely bang on the ball. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to go and have a bit of a razz round with Linny on the back, and then we'll have a bit of a reprise. I'll tell you what it's like, two up with a pillion. Well, there you go. There you have it. I hope I've covered everything. I've been trying my hardest to find out what's new, what's not new, what's going to be at the show, what's not going to be at the show. But if there's a chance of me riding it, I've probably mentioned it. So, when I get to Birmingham, to the NEC, I'll make a bit of a vid and I'll show you what they look like with me on them or whatever. Great times, it. Anyway, let's get back to the old Himalayan now. Bit of a ride down the back lanes of Cornwall. I just had a quick word with the bird while I was doing the walk rounds. And she says, it's comfortable, I like it. She said it's nice and cosy. Hey, that's great, isn't it? It's nice and cosy. I love it to bits. Yeah, a few things that stick out. Like I say, I do like the suspension. I like the gearbox. It's very, very, very slick. It's light. It's light as a feather. Okay, I've got big adventure style boots on today, but it's so easy. You just snick it up and down. So I shall probably do a video of the 5 things I like most or the 5 things I dislike most, but I've not really ridden it enough yet. I want to ride it more. But the suspension and the gearbox, they're ticking all the boxes. Yeah, look at this, just drop it round. Literally, look where you want to go. Change gear halfway around the bend, whatever. Lovely jubbly, isn't it? Anyway, I shall be making a more in-depth 1-up or 2-up video, and as I say, I'll do things I like most, things I like least about the bike in another video. But today, it's a nice sunny day, and we're out in Cornwall, and we're going to go for a ride. Probably get a bit of lunch, a Jackie Tater or something, and just enjoy ourselves. So, talking about enjoying yourselves, let's hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, click on the like, subscribe, ring that little bell, ask me a question. It all goes to helping the channel. I've got a special coming up on the Aooccis if you're interested. One of the CarPlay units. As you know, if you use the code TLB22, you get 22%. They're doing a special. It's coming up on the 14th of November. If you want one of the Aooccis, use the code TLB28 for a special Christmas offer. How good's that? Black Friday Christmas offer. Anyway, this is the Lofty Biker saying ta-da for now. Ta-da.